Construction is coming to Veterans Memorial Bridge and Belgrade Avenue early in 2026. The Minnesota Department of Transportation is planning to repair the deck of the bridge. They also plan to replace railings and turn signals, which will close the entrance from the bridge to Belgrade Avenue. Greater Mankato Growth wants to help local businesses get ahead of those roadblocks to blunt the impact of reduced traffic in the area.
They have great front access, but maybe don't have as good of back access, rear access to their business. So helping just get out ahead of those challenges they might have coming up and making sure that they have a plan in place to get through it.
Greater Mankato Growth is holding an informal session tomorrow morning at the North Mankato Police Annex that will run from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.